Hello, job seekers interested in applying for a position with Amazon. Do you know that they have assessments as part of their process to see if you're a great candidate for their team? No worries, we've got you covered. Now this video is part 2 in a 4-part series. Our first one focused on general things you should know before you go applying for positions with Amazon. This second one focuses on the assessments. The third one focuses on if they call you for a phone interview or a virtual interview. And the last one focuses on how to do your best on their in-person interviews. Now, if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing that now. Give us that thumbs up, connect with me on LinkedIn, and as always, feel free to connect with us on all of our other platforms, whether that's Twitter, Instagram, Keen, Pinterest. We love to hear from you through each and every one of those platforms. Okay, so let's start by talking about Amazon's assessments. Amazon has a commitment to hiring and developing the best. They have such a great culture there, and I understand why everybody wants to be part of it. So they actually have 2 different styles of assessments that they utilize. Now, it's not utilized for every single position they hire, but they are utilized a lot. Let's break down these 2 types of assessments so you'll know what to expect. The first type of assessment that they offer is a work style assessment. And these assessments are based on how you actually accomplish your work. Now, they are very, very closely tied to their leadership principles. So before you take any of these assessments, and I would even say before you apply for any position within Amazon, you should be going online and looking at their leadership principles. They do a great job of listing out what it is and then giving you an example summary about it, which will give you great information to know, one, are they a company that you're aligned with and that you want to join? It's a cultural fit for you. But 2, that information is going to help you through every part of the interview. When you are doing this work style assessment, you want to think about how you work and how it also ties to the leadership principles and culture that Amazon has set. Now, for these work style assessments, they say that it generally goes about 10 to 20 minutes that it will take somebody to complete it. And it generally is going to give you like 2 statements and ask you, are you more like this or are you more like that? And they both may be very right. They're just trying to find people that align best with their culture and the way that their leadership principles are done. Okay, so let's talk about the second assessments that they do. So that is in regards to a work sample assessment. And this, consider it like a practical. It's something where they're actually going to see how you accomplish a task in still alignment with their leadership principles. Now, these can take anywhere from 20 minutes to about an hour is what Amazon says that the duration can be. For these work sample assessments, what you're actually going to be doing is completing a virtual task. Now, this task will probably be somehow related to whatever position you're applying for. But again, I can't say it enough, make sure you're familiar with their leadership principles and that you're completing that task in not only a way that makes sense to you, but that aligns with the leadership principles and culture that Amazon has set that they're looking for. Now, if you're not on site and you've actually been sent this assessment via email for you to complete, they of course want you to do it in a quiet room and all the general things you do with an assessment. But the part that I want to make sure I cover with you is that you only have a certain amount of time to do the assessment. And I mean, not only like it's a timed assessment, so you've got to complete it within that time frame, but also if they send it to you, You can't wait 2 weeks and then take the assessment and be considered for the role still. It's going to have a deadline on it. And I know as job seekers, sometimes your inbox is absolutely overwhelmed with lots of spam and lots of junk. You do need to make sure if you're applying for Amazon positions that you are actively monitoring your inbox. So if they happen to send you one of those assessments, you don't miss the date that you have to complete it by. So make sure you're looking at that inbox all the time. All right, job seekers, that's all for video number 2. We'll be moving on to video number 3 and video 4. And those are gonna cover those telephone and virtual interviews and the in-person interviews. And they have great information in them. So I will see you next time.